I guess we can start, Engineer Ahmed. Is it okay? Like it's 7:10, and so meantime the attendees will join by their time span. So can we start, Jagannath? Are you ready with
Yes,
this?
yes, I'm ready. We can start, inshallah. Let's begin.
Oh, that's great. Okay, so like Jagannath, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, so
Am I
yeah.
visible?
No.
Sorry.
Yes.
I am visible, but
Let me introduce myself.
okay. Oh, Engineer Ahmed, like please, sorry for the interruption, but like, could you go to the first screen? First, we will introduce you both, and then you can start. Is it okay? Sorry for the interruption, but yeah, we would like to first introduce you. So, could you go to the first screen, like first page? Engineer Ahmed, are you there?
yes, 1 minute, please. Do you want me to give you the?
No, like just open the first page and like we will introduce you and then you can start.
Okay, okay. This one, okay.
Yeah, this one. Okay, thanks. Okay, so Jagannath, you can start.
All right. Good. So, a very good evening to one and all present here. I am Jagannath, a student of SBN Institute and a PESD 2022 volunteer. And today I feel honored to be your host for this session on enhancement of load management through smart systems. This event is brought to you by IEEE PES SBN Student Chapter in collaboration with WIE Bombay Section Affinity Group, an organization which works on advancement of women in technology at all points in their life and career. We conduct various talks, events, and workshops, which provides a platform to people like you and me to learn, explore, and grow. I would now like to take the honors to introduce and welcome our speakers. Our first speaker is Engineer Ahmed Ismail, Senior Member IEEE Egypt Section. Sir is a certified PMI risk management professional and has a wide experience in electricity and renewable energy management sector. He has worked for several projects as Kuwait Embassy, Care for industrial and hospital projects. Our second speaker of the event is Moustafa Ahmed, also a certified e-learn security web application penetration extreme. Whoa, this duo seems to have a lot to share with you guys. So I hope you are ready for this amazing learning experience and let the event begin. The stage is all yours, sir.
Thanks for this introduction. Pleasure for me. And let us begin. This was a quick biography, but thanks so much for your introduction and introducing me and Mr. Moustafa. So, good day and hi, all of you. I'm proud to be with you today. It's a pleasure for me to join SPGen Institute on the IEEE day. Let me begin with you. I think I have got a good interview. At the beginning, special thanks for SPGen Institute Technology Management and Research. Special thanks for IEEE SPGen Chapter and IEEE WIE for Mr. Che and Mr. Kanak and Mr. Johnson for their efforts for introducing this session. And let's begin with our content. Let's take a brief about our content, which we are going to discuss today. We are going to we are going to define our dilemma at the beginning, and then the types of energy sources. Then we are going to talk about the smart systems versus the interactive smart systems. And then we are going to talk about the previous use technique and then the advanced use technique. We are going to introduce the most, I think it's the proper technique, which is load management. And then we are going to give a hint about the integration and its importance for all of the above techniques. Talking at the end about the enhancement through the smart system using all of the above techniques. At the beginning, as we discussed, we are going to talk about the dilemma, or we are going to define it. It's the load fluctuation between the overload and the no load in specific periods. And this is a big issue. Finding different methods is not the only effective method to solve the problem. Thus, it is mandatory to coordinate between all of the proper methods to achieve integration, which prevents making new issues. And to achieve this, we need to prevent human mistakes and omissions. The human mistakes and the omissions in controlling and overcoming these issues. Also, we need to reduce our electrical energy bills, and consequently, we are going to get a safe environment and save it from climate change. The types of energy sources, all of us know about. There is too much resources for energy, but which is accessible, clean, suitable, and economical is the renewable energy. We are going to give a brief about the fossil energy, which is coal, oil, natural gases, and this is the popular resources our wallet. And then nowadays we are talking about another resources such as the biomass and the hydropower from flowing water and the geothermal energy from heat inside the earth. And the most, we can say we are going to handle too much about the solar energy. Although there is also wind energy, and nowadays the most famous and which we are going to study, but not in our session, the hydrogen energy. Building new renewable energy power plants, especially the photovoltaic energy, this strategy of increasing the renewable energy, which is free and clean, sustainable, is used in the whole world now. Building the new renewable energy power plants in order to improve the generated power using the renewable and sustainable energy. Thus, we can avoid overload on peak periods. and the most important, it is going to save our environment from CO2 emissions. This is the most important, and this is which we are planning to reach. This was the factors that encourages service provider and even individual customers to use the PV cells to achieve clean, free energy, so reduce their electrical bills. Although there was some challenges which we are going to discuss in the next slide, but let's reveal the opportunities. It is free, clean energy, and the most important, it helps in preventing the CO2 emissions. The challenges was the shortage. That the most crucial challenges was first that the sun is not found all of the day. At the night we can't find the sun, especially in the most needed hours, which is the peak hours at evening. Moreover, it's not found as efficient on some seasons as winter, and as it is so important to have this energy at night, very especially that this is the peak period, and especially also in winter, which we turn the heaters. It was found that the solar energy is not efficient, and this was a study on 2012 done by California ISO, shared and known as the duck curve, which introduces this big issue. This is the duck curve. We can see it. This is the duck curve is a curve that shows the difference in electricity demand on the grid and the amount of available solar energy through the day. This was important to find the best method for storing the solar energy to be used in the sunset period. Thus, we begin the second challenge with storage technique. The solar cells are mostly installed on governmental buildings as its working hours is on day while sun is rising, and we can use its energy in energizing our governmental buildings. These do not represent any burden on the network in terms of load balancing with the governmental building. The PV cells challenges, we can see from this text that there was some challenges, and from the challenges was the cost that it creates as new burden due to the need of maintenance and repairing for those cells. However, you can see in this figure that the used or the traditional method in cleaning the cells is not the right method, and it may cause some scratches. It may cause even damage for the photovoltaic cells, and we can't ignore cleaning these cells, because the dust reduce and deduct its efficiency about from 30%, maybe it can reach up to 60% reduction of its efficiency. Moreover, the inverter used in the circuit of solar cells leads to appear the power factor problem or reactive power energy. Others in networks, which is ministries of electricity and energy, are trying to disposal and treat. One of the most prominent problems which cause the damage of the solar cells is the occurrence of any shadows on the part of the cells from both columns or trees, or even some cell panels, or mere passage of clouds on the cells and cause malfunction in cells. And we can see in this figure the leaves of the trees, and the trees itself may make a shadow which can affect the efficiency of the cells. Also the ice, you can see here clearly, and the birds. This is challenges we found while installing the photovoltaic cells. Energy storage was the way in solving the challenge of the sunset. Then we began the era of the energy storage, which was one of the key means for improving the flexibility, economy, and security of communities. It is used in promoting renewable energy consumption, especially in solar energy after sunset, load shifting, backup power, and demand response, renewable energy integration, and other environmental benefits, and thus solving the issue of PV duct phenomena. There are various types of storage methods, some of which are already in use, while others are still in development. Energy storage, including compressed air energy storage, flywheel energy storage, pumped hydro energy storage, capacitor, super capacitors, and batteries, and there is a lot of types of the batteries. While selecting the energy storage in design, we have to care about the capacity, period, and lifetime. And remember this, while you are going to go in the design, energy storage, you must care about the capacity and the period and the lifetime. The smart systems and interactive smart systems, and there is a difference between both. Smart systems incorporate functions of sensing, actuation, and control in order to describe and analyze a situation and make decisions based on the available data in a predictive or adaptive manner, thereby performing smart actions. Characteristics of smart systems: ability to simulate and emulate in near real time, automated learning and machine learning functionalities, digital feedback loops, action based on sensors, data and algorithms, customized device experience to compute. But the interactive and the most important difference is that the interactive system is characterized by significant amount of interaction between the computer and the human. There is an interaction between the computer and the human, and this is mostly the most important difference. The use technique previously, and I think up to date, there is some and the few service providers using this technique is the load shading. The most popular use technique was this methodology, load shading, and this was firstly at the beginning. Then the technique of the demand side management, and it is used as a way for preventing peaks and load shading. Then the energy management is the methodology of maneuver between energy sources when you have more than one source. And then the energy saving, turning off the lights, turning the lights off. And then the energy conservation, which is the advantage now is encouraging you not to turn off, but using the more appliances, where we can say it's the turning or the era of leaving the incandescent lamps to the LED lights and so on. However, the energy saving is the most important way in turning off the non-used load in order to save energy, and the energy conservation is the most succeeded way in order to reduce energy usage, consequently reduces cells. The use technique in the previous era was the load shading, which was used by power companies in reducing electricity consumption by switching off the power supply to groups of customers because the entire system is at risk. This could be because there is a shortage of electricity supply, or to prevent transmission and distribution lines from becoming
is aimed at removing load from the power system when there is an imbalance between the electricity available and the demand for electricity. If we did not shed load, then the whole national power system would switch off and no one would have electricity. But for the demand side management, it depends on encouraging consumer to modify their level and pattern of electricity. When energy demand and consequently energy prices are highest, and shift their usage to times when cheap renewable energy is plentiful on the grid. Demand-side management depends on 3 techniques, which is the peak clipping. You can see here that it's clipping the amount which is causing the peak in the peak period. And this technology are those which cause a reduction in constant demand at the time of system peak. Typically, it is implemented by using direct load control of appliances or devices by consumer action or by use of automated controls or communications. The second technique is the valley filling, and this is the periods which we can say at I think Fajr, which is 2 o'clock after midnight. Almost all of the people are sleeping, and this period there is no loads, so the service provider try to make something like valley filling. It's a form of demand side management that increase or builds the off-peak loads. After this, the third technique, the load shifting, and it may be, it seems like the peak clipping, but it is different. Essentially, load shifting essentially moves electricity consumption from one time. It can be any time, not the peak period like this one. Can be any time from one time period to another. For example, postponing an industrial process to another time. The idea is that by shifting the load to another time, the returns generated through energy cost savings or demand side response participation are greater than the loss of production. Then the modern techniques is the energy management. This is the best one, which provides us the automation systems that collect energy measurement data from the field and making it available to users through graphics, online monitoring tools, and energy quality analyzers, thus enable the management of energy resources. The using of ATS, which is automatic transfer switches, for transferring and shifting loads from one energy source to another one, which is almost the renewable energy resource. ISO 50001, which is ISO 5001, provides a framework of requirements that helps organization to organizers to develop a policy for more efficient use of energy, fix targets and objectives to meet the policy. Use data to better understand and make decisions concerning energy use consumption through the PDCA, which is plan, do and check, then act. Is an iterative. It's an iterative 4 stages approach for continually improving process, products or services, and for resolving problems even. It involves systematical testing possible solutions, assessing the results, and implementing the ones that have shown to work. Benefits of an energy management system: it's cost reduction, lowered carbon footprint. We are going to reduce this because we are going to depend on both the renewable energy, and enhance well-being and productivity, return on investment, lower bills. The advanced use techniques nowadays is the load management. Not only as in this, the maneuver between the sources, you can have the power supply from the service provider, which is from the traditional power plants, and you can have another power supply from your, the most popular is the solar cells, which is the PVC cells. So you can have 2 power supplies. You can use this with energy management. But nowadays we are not only depending on maneuver our loads from here to there, or dividing it on 2 supplies. No. We are trying to manage the load itself, arranging the load. It's not the problem or the issue on transferring the loads. It's transferring which loads and how much amount of loads and what is the important loads. Is it the critical emergency loads, or we have to leave the base loads on the main supply and transfer the other loads, the normal loads. Is it the essential? And like this, there is a classification for loads in the load management studies. And this is the beginning of using the smart systems. We can say nowadays it's important to focus on the load management, transferring, shifting, or swapping the loads from one source to another in order to achieve balancing. This can be more efficient when it is done through the smart systems automatically, without relying on human operators, thus preventing the human mistakes and the omissions. Using sensors in smart systems as to facilitate the measurement and inputs of smart systems controllers, thus reach optimum action as in controlling the AC, the air condition units for adjusting the room temperature. And this is a great example. You are not depending on the human being on stopping the compressor or starting up it. No, it's automatically with sensors. The modern used systems in the AC and ventilation is the CO2 sensors. CO2 sensors regulates the operation of air conditioner in proportion to the presence of people in the area. This is in order to operate the AC with neither more nor less the required ventilation according to the room occupancy, consequently saving energy and caring with human health inside the offices. And we can see here, as it is appear and clear for us, the AC sensors, some of most critical sensors, we can see the pressure sensor, temperature sensor, humidity sensors, and all of these sensors are working in adjusting our room temperature. Without it, we don't need any human interactive or controlling in this system. And the most proper and the most new advanced sensor is the CO2. There is many sensors for saving energy and acting as smart systems, facilitating the monitor and control of the system. Thus improve efficiency of operation. CO2 sensor is the most important sensor, can be used for saving energy, automatically adjusting the ventilation of the occupied area without referring to human control as per the number of occupants. Gas sensors are commonly used to measure the air composition in ventilation units, to monitor performance of HVAC system in offices and commercial buildings. You know that the indoor air quality concentration levels of more than 1000 ppm CO2 are associated with decreased activity and may cause headache for us and draw signs, and particularly in working environment. The load management methodology of transferring or it is used in transferring the only optimum amount of load, neither more nor less, and this is the issue. Thus, transferring the loads may prevent causing overload phenomena. You may going to act as solving a problem, but you are going to issue a new problem, and then causing this new phenomena, especially in peak periods on any of the sources. Load management is the methodology used in deciding and organizing loads between sources to ensure the load balance. And the most important side in load management that it is not depending on customer in changing his needs, like demand side management when we discussed, or taking any actions which is not guaranteed. You can transfer load, but you are not. You can't guarantee that this is the optimum load you want to transfer to the valley because it's not calculated. It's not dropped as well as we need. But it's done by the service provider, and this previously it was done by the service provider and with the human operator in the control rooms. Now it's studied to be with smart systems without relying on human, neither consumer nor service provider operators. And from the previous slides, we talk about several techniques, but the most important is the integration and the coordination in order to handle the problem and in order to reach an effective methodology. From the previous slides, which reveals several used techniques, it was found that the most important is the integration between the used methodologies or techniques. Saving energy can be done manually by the industrial operation and maintenance, reducing lighting or turning it off. This technique depends on the customer using the new saving devices through different tools. And the energy conservation can reduce energy with another techniques depends on the human behavior and cooperation and efficiency for the rest of the devices, such as refrigeration, laundries, electric furnaces, and even included all electrical devices. The efficiency of energy is using lighting, but with LED lights to conserve the energy, and this focus on the appliances. And nowadays, the most important methodology as smart systems, out in the smart systems, is the IoT, which is Internet of Things. And Mr. Moustafa is going to talk with us about this and is going to clarify this part, especially this part. And it was previously began with the PMS, which is the Building Management System. It is the most efficient methodology that gives us more with less energy. It gives us more with less energy. And it's also, and the most important, it's accurate. It's accurate and guaranteed. Thus, it uses sensors and advanced systems to react automatically with no time delay. And also, you can make override or control your system remotely with these systems from anywhere around the world. And I am not going to give you more because Mr. Moustafa is going to handle this part about the Internet of Things and the controls. You can see here from these figures the energy conservation. You can use the windows and let the sunlight enter instead of using the heater, or in this is in the winter, but in the summer you can open the windows instead of using the AC. Or the curtains, and also using LED lights instead of incandescent lamps. You can use the optimum and the new AC units, which have inverters to conserve energy. And this is the you see the turning of the lighting from the candle to the incandescent, then the compact fluorescent, then the LED light, and is the best now. Enhancement through smart system methodology. Smart systems in electricity section is going to facilitate too much our lifestyle, as it is going to transfer the electrical readings of our meters to service provider and issue our bills with interconnecting it to our bank account in order to be paid or deducted automatically. Moreover, we can control our home appliances, as I talked in the previous slide, through the smart interactive systems, and this is going to be clarified with Mr. Moustafa. And moreover, that it may take automatic actions without referring to us. The most important gain from these studies that load management is going to be enhanced with the smart systems in order to maneuver between several energy resources according to the suitable available power resources. It's also going to check the suitable available power resources, preventing any electrical shutdowns. In addition, providing balanced distribution network, thus avoiding overloads and peaks on specific spots rather than others, which is going to save money, save electrical installation from damage. And let's see, and let's join Mr. Moustafa with the IoT. Thank you. And please, can we give the chair for Mr. Moustafa for completing the session with the IoT, Internet of Things. And I think you are going to be more interested to hear about this section, and it's nowadays it's important division, especially for computer science engineers, and almost all of us. So thanks. Nice to join you, and let's join Mr. Mustafa. Thanks, Mr. Jay. Can you hear me? I think we can let Mr. Mustafa begin his part.
Yeah, I can hear you, and like I have shared the access to Mr. Mustafa, but is he there? Could you
Yeah,
confirm?
I'm with
Yeah,
you. And now I can share my screen. Just a minute.
yeah, great.
Okay, so my screen is clear. You can see my screen now. Okay, good.
We can. It's good.
Okay. So today I'm gonna talk about IoT and cybersecurity, the future of IoT and cybersecurity. Okay. First, who am I? My name is Moustafa Ahmed, and I'm certified e-learning security web penetration testing extreme and e-learning security junior penetration tester. And right now I'm preparing for ICCA, and I'm a Python developer that helps people to implement their ideas in the form of amazing program or a tool. And I had some basic knowledge of HTML, CSS, and PHP, and now I'm improving myself on them. And I'm a video editor. I help YouTube channels to make great content, and I'm in the top of 3% on TryHackMe. Quickly, who doesn't know what is TryHackMe? It's an online platform that teaches cybersecurity, and they have CDF, which is competitions for the hackers. It's not exactly. It's you can use CTF to improve yourself in cybersecurity field, and also there's competitions on CTF. And as you can see, I secured and got several acknowledgements from big companies like Marvel, Pinterest, PixArt, Vanilla Forms, Udemy, and many more. You can find me and contact me on LinkedIn and Twitter, which I prefer mostly, and that's my username on Twitter, Hulk underscore 407. So at first, I would like to thanks SP Jain Institute of Technology, Management and Research, IEEE PS, IEEE WIE, Mr. Chai, Mr. Kanak, and Mr. Jack. Okay, so thank you so much for uh, giving me this chance to join you today. Okay, so um, the first thing, in the contents. So the first thing we are going to talk about is basically what is the IoT and examples of it, right? And after we know what is the IoT, we need to know what is the importance of the IoT as a client. What is the benefits that I will get from the Internet of Things, and then we will know about what is and we're going to talk about what is the Internet of Things security and why it's important. And then the attacks that the hackers could implement on Internet of Things and how dangerous it is. And after knowing why is IoT security important and how hackers could attack Internet of Things, finally I'm gonna talk with you about how to secure Internet of Things. Okay. So, what is the IoT? So, before we talk about what is the IoT, I want you to imagine with me that when you woke up, you have a coffee machine that prepares for you the coffee, and imagine that you have like a meeting at 7 o'clock. So automatically electronic calendar will ask for a car to come and reach you to your meeting, and by communicating with each other or with other applications, the most appropriate time is determined to get out of your house, and so that you're not late. The car will have the ability to avoid traffic and ensure that you arrive at the required time. Okay, so imagine also that in the middle of the road, an ambulance car, you talk with your car and please tell it, please stop, there's an emergency, please let me go, and then you can complete your way to the meeting. Right, so also your car can interact with you like Siri and Google Assistant, right, and do some other stuff. So this is IoT. Okay, the previous example was may clear the IoT for you, and which enable the devices connected to the internet that they communicate with each other without the need for human intervention. And according to IEEE, it's a network of items, each embedded with sensors which are connected to the internet. So as simple as that, okay? So now I think the definition of IoT is clear. Okay. So some examples of it, the smart cars and the smart watches. So the smartwatches like Apple Watch, Samsung Watch. So yeah, smartwatches help you to show incoming calls, your messages, your notifications, email, Facebook, etc. And all of that by connecting it to your phone helps you also to know our sleep quality, blood pressure, heart rate measurement, etc. Your health in general, and um, the smart TVs and smart security camera. If you put a smart security camera in your home, you can see your home from any place in the world, right? And there's smart security cameras. If it detect and move a move, will alert you, and this is by the AI, the artificial intelligence. And yeah, and the air conditioner and the drones, fridge, etc. Okay, so this is that was some examples of IoT. So that what is the importance of the IoT? So you can easily the first thing is access information. So you can easily access data and information that is sitting far from your location, right, in real time. And this is possible because of the network of devices. A person now can access any information sitting from any part of the globe, and like even if they not physically present. So an example is the smart security camera. As we said before, you can access it from any place in the world. Okay, so the second thing is the automation. So automating tasks in a business helps boost the quality of services and reduce the level of human intervention. This minimizes human effort and saves time. It also promotes efficient resources utilization. Enhance of data collection. So let's say an example, the smartwatch, right? It collects your health data and which is our sleep quality, and your blood pressure, heart rate, etc. And after collecting this data, it can send it to your doctor, so you can so your doctor can give you some uh, of the steps to improve your health and advices. Okay, so. So what is IoT security? So first, what is cybersecurity? So cybersecurity is to protect any system from digital attacks. And remember the popular saying, "There's no system is safe 100%," but we try to make the system safe as possible as we can. So we reduce the attacks, and the impact of these attacks will be lower. So when a team develop a system, I always recommend to use the CIA trait. Okay, which is CIA is an abbreviation of confidentiality, integrity, and availability. So confidentiality is keeping your data secure and private, like not anyone access your social media account. Okay, and edit on your profile, edit your username or your avatar, or I mean your profile picture. Okay, and the integrity is when you edit your information on any social media, it will be changed. It changed on your profile page. Okay, of course, if you made it private, it will not be shown on your profile page. And also, let's say another example, that when you um, purchase something on e-commerce website, or it will be added to your cart. Okay, and the third thing is availability, is like the website available in any time when you want to open it, it will be available. And also like you can log into your account anytime you want. Okay, so this is CIA trade. And what is cybersecurity? So what is IoT security? Security in IoT is the act of securing internet things, and that also the devices and the networks that they are connected to, from threats, from the attacks that they can be, or the vulnerabilities. So while you can fix these vulnerabilities from a range of devices that can pose security risks to your business. Okay, so so why is IoT security important? So without the security for IoT, any hacker can hack your IoT easily. So it's not secure. Okay, so he can hack it easily, and your data can be stolen. Like if the hacker hacked your smartwatch, he'll be able to know all your health. If he hacked your smart security camera, he can watch you all the time, and he can control those devices. So that's very dangerous. It's very dangerous to, so if he hacked your smart security camera, he can watch you all the time. And one of the attack scenarios that can happen, hacker can hack the power plant itself. So if the power plant is connected to the internet, and this is very dangerous, he can control the load and destroy all the load management system, and he can interrupt the power from the city. Okay, so yeah.
Sorry for interruption, but I want to comment on this part. It's very important that the power plant is the most important part of our energy system. You know that there is a generation, and then transmission lines, and then the distribution system. So the power plant is the most important. It's the beginning. It's the first point. So he is talking about the most important thing, and especially in nuclear power plants. Thanks, Mr. Moustafa. Sorry for interruption.
No, thank you for this. Okay, for this information. Thank you so much. Okay, and so the attacks, now we are going to talk about the attacks that can be implemented on IoT. So the parental control systems. So it's not a condition that the attacker or the attack be on the device itself, like the smart security camera. Okay, so that the attacker can hack the parental control system, like the web application or the mobile application that control this smart camera, right? So if he hacked your account of the company, or of this let's say web application that develop or produce, let's say the security camera, the company that produced the smart security camera, he can control your camera, and if he hacked the web application or the mobile application itself, I mean, he found a server-side vulnerability, and a server-side vulnerability is, let's say, it refers to programs and operations that run on the server. Okay, so if he get RCE, let's say RCE, or remote code execution, or control execution on the company server. So this is so dangerous. He is inside the network of the company. Okay, and the very simple thing that he can pivot to make pivoting to the database server and get the emails, the password of the users and other informations, or by vulnerability like SQL injection, he can directly access the database server. Therefore, he can hack any smart security camera from this company. Okay. So the attacks that can be implemented on the IoT itself. Okay, so first thing is the physical attacks. So it occur when IoT devices can be physically accessed by anyone. It's essential that your IoT devices are in a protected area, which is often not an option. Many physical cyber attacks begin with just inserting a USB drive to spread malicious code, which is why it's more important than ever to add AI-based security measures to ensure your devices and data are protected. And also, you can put the devices in a safe place and let the employees know that no one entered this place just for double protection. Okay. The second thing is encryption attacks. So okay, so these attacks occur when an IoT device is unencrypted. The attacker can sniff or the attacker can sniff the data and capture it and use it a later time. Okay. In addition, once encryption keys are unlocked or disclosed, the hacker can install their own or upload their own algorithm, right, and take control of your system. For these reasons, encryption is must have in the IoT environment as a part of cybersecurity efforts. Okay, and the thing is DOS attack or denial of service. So I think we lots of us heard about denial of service or the DOS attacks, right? Uh, okay. So there's lots of people talk about the DOS attacks. So if you don't know what is the DOS attacks, it's occur when a service such as a website, or in our situation here, IoT, become unavailable. A large number of systems attack one target through a botnet, and a botnet is a number of internet connected devices. I'm sorry. Okay. So a botnet is a number of internet connected devices, and each of runs one or more bot, which forces many devices to request a service at the same time, while the attacker in this case untypically aiming to capture data or steal some data. No, they are seriously impacting business if services become unavailable. As you said, the CIA trade confidentiality, integrity, and availability. So he now is starting and impacting the availability. Okay. So fourth thing is the firmware hijacking. Firmware attack is any malicious code that enters your device by using a backdoor in the processor software. So yeah, it's simple as that. Okay. So the botnet. I think we said the botnet. Yeah, we said the botnet, but one more time that the botnet is about turning a network of IoT devices into remotely controlled bots, okay, which can be used as a part of a botnet. Um, and the botnets have the capability to use smart connected devices to transfer data and sensitive corporate data, right, which may be sold on the dark web or to disable a device, okay, and the eavesdropping. So the eavesdropping in this type of attack, a hacker intercept network traffic in order to steal sensitive information via a weak connection between an IoT and a server. Okay, so yeah, it's very dangerous in general to steal uh, any data or mostly the like the critical data. Okay. Okay, and the last thing is the brute force password attack. So the brute force password attack is about so let's say a scenario that or this is the attack that a hacker submit many passwords with the hope of guessing the correct one. Okay, for providing them access to your IoT devices, or they use software to generate a large number of consecutive guesses. And now that the hacker has access to your device, yes, then they can install malware or steal business critical data. Okay, so this is the attacks that this is the I talked about seven of the attacks that can be implemented on IoT. Okay, so how to secure the IoT? Use strong passwords. Okay, so uh, we heard a lot to use strong passwords. So why do we need to use strong passwords? So no one will be able to guess our password. You said the brute force attack, so he can guess our password. And let's I want to show you something. Yeah, this tape. An attacker need if you used let's see, yeah, if you used numbers, upper and lower cases, lowercase letters and symbols, and number that the number of characters was 9. Okay, he needs 12 years to track your password and brute force your password, and like that's so long, right? And if you use 10 characters, he will need 928 years. He'll be dead. Okay, before the password is before he get the password. Okay, uh, and that's why you need to use strong passwords. The second thing is to avoid using public Wi-Fi, and that's because the simple thing that he can get your data, because uh, the most thing is that the public Wi-Fi is not secure, or not sorry, not encrypted. Okay, so you need also to use the third thing is to use a strong encryption method like WBA2 for Wi-Fi, and now now there's WBA3, but it's not just widespread or popular like WBA2. And WBA2 is a good and strong encryption. Okay, but for your information, that WBA3 is now in some of the networks. Okay, is used in some of the networks. So the last thing is keep your software and firmware updated. Okay, so yeah, you can contact me on my email m.ageaai@yahoo.com, and this is my LinkedIn, and this is my Twitter, Hulk_407. Thank you so much. I was really proud to be with you. thanks for giving me chance to be with you today. I hope you enjoyed this session and get information from useful information from this session. Thank you so much.
Hello, hello, Engineer Ahmed, and hello, Moustafa. I'm Anuj Manvatkar, studying at SBJ Institute and a student volunteer of PS 2022 SBJ team. Thanks a lot, sir, for such a great session. I personally like it, hope, and our attendance too. Sir, I can here I can find some question in the chat box. Let's discuss with the first question. So,
Okay.
first question is, what are the old and new load management techniques? Engineer Ahmed Ismail, kindly enlighten us.
Previously, let's talk about the difference between. It's not exactly the old and the new, but at the beginning it was easy. It was the most famous. If there is overload of on our network or our grid, electrical distribution grid, so we use the load shading. We turn off or shut down the circuit breakers to deduct the load on the distribution network. Nowadays, we don't use these methods because it's not, it's going to make us lose because both sides, the service provider needs to sell for you the electricity to improve his income. And the customer or the client, maybe it's very important for him the electrical supply as in industrial system. So nowadays there is the demand side management and the energy management and the load management. I think there is 2 papers for me published about this issue, especially in the Corona. This is the load management technique. And now we are using the IoT, Internet of Things. You can turn off your lights through your mobile from India and or from Europe while you are living in India, and you can turn off your or you can turn on your AC while you are still coming from your office to your home. This is the most modern use technique is the Internet of Things in load management, in managing your loads. I hope it's clear and I answered the question.
Yes, sir. I think it's clear to this. So let's begin with the next question. Sorry. So also Moustafa Ahmed, what's your opinion on this particular question? You can also enlighten us.
So yeah, is there any latest invention in this field? So what is the aiming the cybersecurity field?
So the question is like, what are the old and new load management techniques?
The load management techniques. I think I'm not so specific in this. I can answer any question about cybersecurity.
Okay.
I think Engineer Ahmed can answer this question, I think.
Yes, but we just want to want your opinions also. That's why I said to you also.
Mustafa is asking about if there is new modern techniques like the IoT, Internet of Things, if you can use it in load management. You can turn off or turn on the light switching or even your dispenser, your cooler, your
Yeah, I
preparing.
think now it's clear. Yeah, you can use AI and IoT in this, right? So you can just if the light bulb is connected to the internet, you can use an AI. After 8 p.m., it have to be turned off, and you can just if you put the AI and the IoT, I think it's gonna be very good in the load management. So the air conditioner also, um, uh, you have to, when you go to your work, it will be uh, you have to turn off it, so the AI knows that you the alarm is let's say 7 a.m., so he will turn off the air conditioner, let's say 8 a.m. Okay. That's it. I think if you put the IoT and the, or I didn't think that the IoT and the AI, if you put it together, uh, you this is will be very good to make load management, to manage the load. I hope I
Okay,
answered the question.
okay. Hope this question is clear to you. Let's begin with the next question. Is there any latest invention in this field? Engineer Ahmed, sir, what's kindly answer this question.
Again, please, the question. I didn't get.
Sir, is there any latest invention in the field?
I share there is new resources in this part, especially the load management. I share only two researches, and it was the most important researches about the load management nowadays, which clarify the importance of load management and how we can save our electrical installation, especially and almost the whole system while using load management. It was clear in the Corona while we was quarantined in our homes and like this, so we have to manage the loads, and it was proved that we can't push the client or the customer to change his needs, because you know that sometimes there is some customers want to load or turn on electricity all of the time. Maybe it's a company or a factory which is working all over the day, 24 hours per 7. So only we are asking how to manage these loads and how to distribute these loads on our transformers and our network in order to save our installation and to prevent any damage or overload which may cause damage to the electrical installation.
Okay, sir. Guys, please put the question. There is no more question. Oh, one question is there. What kind of smart system do we use?
The smart systems can be used, but we can use too much systems. And there is the most important is the algorithm which you are going to build your smart system on, and the smart systems was used, it was interacted, and it was suitable as per the too much interactive with us, with the human, with the operator, because this cause too much suitability, too much adaptation according to our environment. You know that winter here is not as much, or maybe no. Let's talk about the day in Egypt or Saudi Arabia is maybe it's night at Europe or USA, and this difference in the environment is most important in building the operating system. But to focus on the question, I'm going to tell him that there is, especially in the distribution systems or controlling the distribution network through systems built on SCADA systems. The distribution network is depending on SCADA systems. This is the answer for the question. But again, each system is different, and you have to study the system at the beginning. I hope it's clear and I answered the question.
Yeah, sir, yeah, sure. Mustafa, so do you want to add some points on this question?
Yeah, how does IoT influence the development of smart cities? So so it make a better traffic management. So so the car accidents will be less if we make a smart city, a full smart city. So if all the cars is smart, so the car accidents will be less. It will improve public safety, sustainability, energy efficiency, um, and in general the quality of life. Um, so also if you use the smart security cameras, so we will have as we call it's the big data. Okay, so
Yes.
if there's a crime, we will get it more easily, and also by the AI we can get by the face recognition we can get the theft or does this crime or whatever the crime is, and so we will the crimes will be less. What else? The quality of life will be overall better. Okay. What else? And also it will help in the load management. So the lights will be turned off after just automatically. Let's say after turned off in 6 a.m. 7 a.m. So the sun will rise and it will be turned off or I mean turned on just like 7 a.m. automatically, and you can control it. But it's also dangerous, as we said. So it could be hacked if it's connected to the internet, and you can secure it, but it's not secure 100%.
Also, I want to comment on this part as Mr. Mustafa talked about this. Closed systems is very important and suitable, especially in the confidential
the CIA trade, the confidential integrity, availability.
The closed system. The closed system is not open to the internet, and this is very important. Rather than the open system, it's something like securing the system, and also the way of communication. You are going to use the PLC, the power line carrier, or you are going to use the microwaves, or you are going to use the internet. This is very important also. Studying the whole system according to your environment is different from one to another. So it's important to study the whole system and the object and the target, the goal from building this system, as we discussed. this is about the system and the suitable system can be used.
Okay. Hope Ayush, you got this question. Also, one more question is there, sir. How does influence the development of smart cities? Engineer Ahmed, sir, please guide.
Yes. The Internet of Things is the most, we can say it's the modern system we can use in developing our system. It's not only going to facilitate your life, it's going to be a lifestyle because you are going to depend. I think there was a good and very, I find it, I like it, the example which talk about. You are waking, you wake up at the morning and you want to get up your meeting quickly. You are going to find the organizer waking you up and the coffee mate preparing your coffee and the AC is turning off, the water heater is turning on. All of these organized automatically and without needing any human organization. Also, it's very important in the energy conservation. You are going to feel safe. That no need for caring about if I turn it off the lighting or it's turned it on. So when the sensor is going to sense that there is no occupancy in the room, it's going to turn off. And this is the most important in energy conservation and saving your energy. Turning off non-used equipment or appliances. It's going to be so important in our life. The way of it's going to be important or crucial as much as the upgrading of the system and the configuration of the system. As it's more advanced, as it's more complicated, it's going to be important. You know, I was working in an empty, the empty building turn on the light only when they got the order that the employee is arriving on the way, they are so close. So if today is holiday and this is filled in the system, but there is something urgent and there is some employee is invited to work today, the system will got the order in order to prepare the temperature of the building and to open with about 10 or whatever few minutes before they are going to reach the building or attend in the building. So it's very important. We are working on this, especially in the smart systems, and this also increase the rate of the apartment. If you have apartment with built on this system, you are going to sell it with more price. It will increase the price of the apartment or the building in selling this, as it's a green building, as it's sustainable, as it contain of too much smart systems, and it's the advanced system. It's advanced more than building management system. I hope it's clear.
Yes, sir. Sure. Mustafa, would you like to add some points, or should we continue with the next question? Hello, Mustafa.
So want to add some points of fun. The question is what type of social change we bring in society through load management. That's the question? You mean this?
No, sir. No.
Okay.
The question is, how does Internet of Things influence the development of smart cities?
How does it work? Okay, I think okay. So so it develop in it managed the traffic, okay, and and the the crimes will be less, and the smart and there will be also smart waste collecting, like a smart car that will go to the waste in the city and collect it, and also uh, as we said, I said an example in the uh, uh, session that the cars will be able to communicate with each other because they are connected to some kind of internet, okay, and they can be also connected to the cloud, okay, um, and they can communicate with each other. So the if there is an ambulance car comes or suddenly a car is coming, the other car will stop. Uh, so as I said, the accidents will be less. What else? Yeah, the light, the smart lights. Um so that also will help in the load management. Okay.
Fine, sir. Okay, hope this question is clear to you, Harshal. So let's continue with the next question. How can we manage the load in minimum cost so that we could afford it?
Okay.
Yes, sir. Engineer Ahmed, sir, guide us.
How
For
can
this
we manage
question,
the
to reduce our cost, to reduce our bills, we have to integrate between the energy conservation and saving energy. All of this is going as we discussed before. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, sure.
Can you get me? Hello?
Hello, sir. Hello. Yeah, you are
You can
audible, sir.
hear me or طيب يعني to reduce our bills and to minimize our costs, we have to use load management, smart interactive system using sensors, using artificial intelligence. The system take the decision and turn off the appliances or the lighting. This is the load management, which is going to reduce our bills. Taking the decision, especially in the new systems, which have you know that there is meters in some countries. There is a meters which working on dual tariff. At the day, it's with tariff maybe it's $50 or something like this, and at night, which is the peak period, it's using maybe more than $1, and it's expensive. So the system have to decide turning on the appliances or the load on this meter or transferring it on the power storages or the renewable energy. This is how we can minimize the cost. This is our new studies, which we are using especially in the governmental buildings and in the new companies. We use the roofs in building sustainable new renewable energy from photovoltaic cells to use it in loading our loads, especially in peak periods. You know also that the time is important, and time is money. So taking the decision and the right decision is very important. This is a very important issue. We have to know that the interactive smart system is better sometimes than the human operator, because it can take the right decision. It can transfer the optimum amount of load on the suitable power supply. Neither more and nor less. This is the most important. This is how we can, and this is a few from much more methods we can minimize our cost. To minimize our cost or our bills from using smart system, interactive system. I hope it's clear for this question.
Yes, sir. Mustafa, would you like to say something? Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, so it's clear. So the question is what type of social change we bring in our society.
No, sir. The question is how can we manage the load in minimum cost so that we could afford it?
We could afford it, yeah. So I think also but the IoT is like you can use the cloud. So the cloud now you can use the IoT in the cloud, and the cloud you don't need the physical infrastructure and the visualization, all of this you don't need it. It's the cloud provider will give you it, and the when you use cloud, the cost will be less, more like more less than when you get an IoT device, and so the cloud will reduce the amount, and you don't need to just use or get someone to make for you or get an employee to make for you a job or to manage something like the light as you said. So you can use the AI, right? Uh, and the AI will not cost you. You can just if you don't know how to program an AI or get an AI, you can get someone or get a developer to develop the AI just one time, and then the AI will manage these uh, systems using the IoT. Right? You can control it. Can control the IoT or put an AI software in this IoT or Internet Thing device. I hope the answer is clear.
Yes, sir, yes, sir. Hope this question is clear to you, Omkar. Let's continue with the next question. What type of social change we bring in our society through load management? Engineer Ahmed, sir.
Yes. This question is very good, and it has two sides. I think it's from Mr. Wafiha as well. It's a very good question. You know that everything has two sides. You can use the internet in good things, and you can use it in wasting your time. So, I would say social change through load management. Let's say, or let's discuss the positive. The positive is it's going to facilitate our lifestyle. It's going to give us, it's going to release the headache of following the lighting, following the heater, following the electrical bill. And this is a big issue, and it's a headache for almost all of us. And especially, you can see now the energy is controlling all the whole world. Yeah. So it's going to make you comfortable, more comfortable, because the loading, the management, management these loads through the smart systems is going to make you more comfortable. But the negative side is, it will make you will not care too much about these loads. You will not care too much about electrification, which we I think we is facing now. Previously, you used the stairs in your building. I think all of us in the 3 or 4 floors building, we use the stairs. Am I right, or this is not
there anybody was using the elevators? Nowadays, all of us for two floors only, 3 floors, you are using the elevator. I think even the next floor you are going to use the elevator because of electrification. So electrification is good, but our way of using this facility is going to confirm is going to be good for us or not. In my opinion, the social change is going to be nice lifestyle and facilitate for us too much issues which is going to be solved, and only we if we care about the electrical bill in the next days, we are not going to get a headache from this issue. This is the most important and the positive side. I hope this is this clarify my my answer clarified this question. Thanks.
Yes, sir. Moustafa, do you want to add some?
No, it's so clear. Thanks for Engineer Ahmed.
Okay. Hope this question is clear to you. So I can see there are no more question in chat box. So
okay, Anuj, like I see that Raziullah has raised his hand. So like I will unmute and let's check like if we have something to ask to our speakers or yeah, Raziullah, can you talk? Please confirm. Okay, so like he have unmuted himself. So okay, so let it be. Yeah, we can continue, I guess.
okay. So I can see there are no more question in chat box. So if any one of you have any question or query, so you can mail us on behalf of IEEE SBJN. I'm providing my mail ID. Kindly mail us. I will revert you with the answer by getting in touch with Engineer Ahmed and Moustafa. So I'm providing the mail ID. Hope you all can find my mail ID in chat box. So all questions are clear. On behalf of SBJN PS chapter and WIE Bombay section affinity group, we have a token of appreciation for both of you. Kindly accept our gratitude. Thank you, Engineer Ahmed, Ismail, and Moustafa Ahmed for joining us and enlightening the participants through this interacting talk. Thank you for giving us your valuable time and your cooperation to be a part of this session. And your cooperation, we would like to thank you, our collaborator, WIE Bombay section and PSD 2022 team for giving us this opportunity of organizing a global activity. We can't call it end without thanking the attendants with whom this event would have been possible. Thank you for being such a great audience, people. We wish you all the best for your upcoming endeavors and hope to see in your next event under SBGen student chapter. Thank you. Also, we are saying that Rushali ma'am is there. Thank you, Rushali ma'am, to joining. It's pleasure to be here in the session.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hello, Rushali ma'am.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Happy to have you all here.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you so much, Mr. Anul. Thank you, all of our attendees. Thank you, Ms. Roshali. Nice to meet you all. Thanks for the most important that it was interactive. I find it very good. I find you was interactive and caring and trying to get more information as much as you can. Thanks for giving us this chance to join you. Nice to meet you and hope to cooperate with you again and see you again in another sessions or another meeting. It was a pleasure for me and I was proud to join you. Thanks again. I'm going to give my email in case of there is anything I can cooperate in. Thanks so much and nice to meet you and the whole attendees. Thanks, Mr. Anuj. Thanks, Mr. Jay, Ms. Kanak, and Ms. Rutari. Thank you so much. And thanks for my partner, Mr. Mustafa, for this effort. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Engineer Ahmed. Thank you, Mrs. Rachali, Mrs. Kanak, Mr. Anuj, and Mr. Chai. Thank you so much. I was really proud to be with you today and giving me the chance to be with you today. And thanks for our attending. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. So we will take the SS. Kindly all can on their cameras. Anak, you can take the SS.
Yes, sir.
All attendants can on their camera.
हाँ दोनों है बेटा तो एक भोपाल में उसका छोटा बड़ा वाला यहाँ पर है, उसको शुगर पड़ेगा
So all people can please you on your camera. It's a gentle reminder to us. We want to take the SS.
Don't be camera shy. Like it is not need to be many
Yeah,
makeup and
people
all.
are. It's a lot of people here. Kindly on the camera. Don't need to be hesitated. Anak, have you taken?
Yes, yes.
So also there is in chat box there is a attendance form. So all attendees can fill the form. Okay.
Yeah. Also, yeah. Thank you, Muhammad Mustafa and Engineer Ahmed sir. So it's great to be with you. And yeah, thanks a lot. Like yeah, we can call and like we can end this call and thank you for being here.
Thank you. Pleasure for me. and I enjoy being with you and your interactive session. It was very good. Thanks. I don't want to miss anyone, so thanks for all of you. It was very, very big effort. Thank you again. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Engineer Ahmed and Moustafa sir. Thank you, Rushali ma'am, for joining.
Thank you so much.